Hey, what's going on to all of my Virgos out there? So, you and Aquarius gave me the most views, and pretty much it wasn't even really close. So, y'all are gonna get the first two videos. Virgo is starting to become something like a staple here on this channel. You know, really consistent. I just want to say thank y'all. Really appreciate it. We're almost at 5,000 subscribers. Y'all are going nuts. So for the Virgos, you have the Ten of Cups, the Hierophant, Two of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, Five of Swords, the Temperance, the Seven of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. Oh, we almost made it through without the Six of Cups energy. Okay. The Ten of Cups, the Hierophant, the Two of Pentacles is like I've been saying the past couple of weeks. You Virgos are not necessarily particularly with anybody, but you Virgos are pretty much moving forward with your life. The Ten of Cups, the Hierophant, just staying low, right? Laying low, um, listening to what you need. You know, a lot of times Virgos don't necessarily get listened to when they're supposed to be listened to. And that's kind of the bane of a lot of people's existence, right? We have so many Mercury retrogrades to teach people how to have some form of common sense. And they're just too caught up. They're too far gone. There's no chance for them, for some of them, because for most of them, because they're just too caught up with their emotions. And the Two of Pentacles, right? The Two of Pentacles represents as a result of this, right? So this is more so about your endeavors, your future endeavors. The Ten of Cups, the Hierophant, is about not wanting to be in a relationship at this current point in time because things are going well. The Two of Pentacles represents as a result of this. This is a situation where the Two of Pentacles is just kind of deciding, like I said, where you want to go. And when I mean where, I mean, how do you want to approach relationships, right? I know how I'm approaching it. You know, I'm not even going to talk too deeply about that, but I'm being serious. I know how I want to approach the relationship. Me, I'm not going to talk too much about that, but because people will feel how serious I am when I make my move. But the Page of Pentacles and the Five of Swords represents as a result. The Page of Pentacles and the Five of Swords is about you, Virgos, interacting with people who turned out to be absolute jerks, right? You brought all this value to them, and they were so caught up with having to tell you off. You Virgos are not good enough. You Virgos ain't this. You Virgos ain't that. Okay. So what did you Virgos do? You Virgos left. The Temperance represents the knowledge that you've accumulated over the years. Because there's no way that you Virgos are going to be who you are and the experiences that a lot of you have lived through and not have learned, especially if you really a top-notch Virgo, right? There's no way that you're going to have all these types of intense experiences with relationships and just life in general and not learn anything. Because Virgos go through a lot of intense relationships. Yeah, you do. You Virgos go through a lot of intense relationships. Why am I saying this? Because I'm a Virgo myself. And I could explain to you times where the police has mistaken identities, pointed what they pointed at me, betrayal after betrayal, the people who I'm seeing going behind my back and linking up with my good friends, doing all of that type of stuff. So I've learned a thing or two, reading, experiencing, doing the things that I'm doing that what other people would be afraid to do. I actually have the guts or the fortitude to do it. And as a result of it, you know, obviously when that's your life, obviously you learn things, right? Of course. And but the Temperance represents the light. The Temperance represents that dark light, right? That so many people are afraid of, right? Because so many people are caught up with trying to be light magicians and all this other type of stuff. And it's not that I have anything against light magicians. It's just that a lot of the light magicians are pretty much phony. But not all, but a lot of them. Believe me. But the temperance now here represents how, so you've learned, and what you've learned is how to navigate your way around here. The Seven of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. Oh, now they feel you. Now that you're, like I said before, now that you're not with them anymore, now they feel you. Now you don't want to be around them anymore. Now you're moving differently. Now you're moving differently, right? And that's always the thing with Virgos. When Virgos are right here and they want to be with you, why is it that everybody is so caught up with these silly games about how to get the attention of Virgos? Just be real. But no, you can't do that, can you? You can't be real. No, 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 no. That's too much of a problem. That's too much of a problem. Okay, cool. So now that the Virgos, now that a lot of you are moving differently, what happens? Now they have a problem with it. Now you're not around as much. Now a lot of you Virgos are just light as air, right? I know I am, you know. I know that if a lot of y'all have, I know that, a lot of people have contacted me. People who I used to talk to, I don't talk to them. And it's not that I have anything against them. It's just that I realize how it is that how fast people are willing to switch up on you with no cause, you know, just because, they gotta stir something up. They don't really have any real serious gripe or plight about the matter. It's just they have to artificially manufacture something. They have to artificially create something. So if you're finding value within this reading, then it means it's time for you to come get a personal reading from me. There's a link in the comment section called the link tree. Click on it. It'll redirect you to a website in which you can support me in all my social media pages, right? Or you can support me from my Instagram page, which you can follow me, to my clothing store. I have hoodies, I have shirts, I have coffee mugs. I'm working on pants as well. I have t-shirts as well, right? Sweatshirts for private tarot readings, right? It'll say that on the directory, private tarot readings on the link tree. Click on it, right, where it says private tarot readings, and it'll be my website, in which you'll find the tarot readings, birth chart readings, wealth course, relationship course, right? If you don't want to buy the relationship course and stuff like this, I have a book coming out talking about that. In the book of itself, I'm nowhere near being done with it, even though it's getting kind of sturdy now. If you catch my drift, we're a couple of pages in. We're more than a couple. It's that's going to be a masterpiece. But the point I'm trying to make here with that is, and if you need help with any of this type of stuff, then you can contact me, Kareemspiritworks at yahoo.com, right? That's my email address. I'll help you out. The Five of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. What do you think this is? The Five of Pentacles and the Six of Cups is, again, you've moved on. Five of Pentacles. But please don't be surprised if, I'll say this to any one of you Virgos that may want to go back, Six of Cups, don't. To anybody that may try to come back, don't. Don't allow them to come back, because I'm really trying to hold back here. But like a lot of people, they're not that bright, you know. Of course, a lot of y'all over here who really understand my material, who really take the time to really understand. And I'm not talking about it from an egocentric point, coming on live streams, trying to trying to be delusional and look for that thing. I'm talking about people who really take what it is I'm saying seriously and listen, and at the very least consider what it is I'm saying. I don't suggest a lot of you. I don't suggest any of you Virgos take them back, because people don't learn from their mistakes. And like I said before, how difficult could it be, especially like I said before, especially if you're a top-notch Virgo, right? Like, you have, obviously you have good and bad in everything. You have Virgos that will be shisty, of course. But when you're a Virgo and you try to be the best that you can be, right? And people take you for granted, they had their chance. You know, I mean, take a look at it. Take a look at how many people clown me and think that, they, feel good about that. Are you happy? You you're trying to clown a person that had had past tense, that had your best interest in mind. And it's the same thing for you Virgos. Everybody, I ain't gonna say everybody, but so many people are so dumb. Why, I mean, my gosh. I mean, why can't they just, I don't know, have respect for someone that has respect for them? It's almost, I'll tell you what it seems like. It's almost as if they have to do it. And that goes to show you what it is that I'm talking about with the delusional mentality and the manipulation and the programmed mindset, because you see how a lot of people move. It's almost like, I got to do this to you. Why? And you got to like it. I got to do this to you. I'm sorry I had to do this to you. This is from my survival. And it's like, really? Was it? Was it that, did they have to act like a complete jerk to you Virgos, when all it is that a lot of you Virgos probably did was look out for them? Did they have to do that type of stuff? No, they didn't. They chose to do that because to them, they had to come up with some sort of false reality. Oh, they had to do that because it was all for the greater good. Meanwhile, they can't justify what it is that they did. But they gotta dig for such a reason to come up with the goofy stuff of why they did it. That's how a lot of people who are too far gone think. A lot of that's how a lot of people who are too delusional think, Virgo. To all you Virgos out there. That because in essence, remember how it is that I was telling you about the trees, right? And I may have to do a video way, way, way in the future when I get bigger. This is why it is I'm saying help me to get bigger, so that way a lot of people can actually see the content that I'm putting out there, so that more people can get helped. It's not just about me. Help me to help you, right? But remember I was telling you about the tree, the Kabbalistic tree, right? Well, Mercury is actually on the left side of the tree. And the left side of the tree actually deals with the occult. Mercury is on the left side of the tree. So Mercury is there, right? Or being Mercury born, we have to be cold. We have to be ruthless to a certain extent. We have to be clinical. You know why? Because dealing with so many ungrateful individuals who are too caught up in their own delusion, and and the thing about it is that what's so astonishing about it is to see just how numbed out of people's own skulls they happen to be. They're so numbed out, or they're so caught up in a shell of what's really going on around them. They try to make an enemy out of you Virgos, which had their best interest in mind, to do what? To make friends with people that didn't have their best interest in mind, to do what? To get you jealous. when they didn't have to get you jealous because you already may have liked them from the jump, which is the reason why you were trying to get to know them in the first place, because there was already interest there. And yet somehow they're still confused. This is why Mercury has to go into retrograde so many times, to raise these animals up from an animalistic consciousness to a consciousness that is beyond animals. This is why the vast majority of the zodiac signs are animals. The word zodiac means a study of on one level, because remember, these things come in levels. The word zodiac on one level means zoology, or the study of animals, the study of different animals, species that come, and different animals that come together and how they interact with each other in relationship to a person. And it's not by coincidences, or not by coincidence. Don't worry, we're going to clarify. We're going to clarify the Five of Swords, but it's not by coincidence that it's really not by coincidence that most of the astrology signs are animals, and there's only 4 non-animalistic zodiac signs, which is Virgo, Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. Everyone else is, all 4 of those people, well, except for Libra. Libra is a principle, but the rest of or I should say the 3, Aquarius, Virgo, and Gemini, they're people. So look at those people as being the zookeepers, or the owners of the zoo, i.e. the zookeeper / the zookeepers, I should say. And the rest of the people, the animals that they have to be very patient with, and be not only patient but a certain level of tolerance to, because these animals are running wild, and they're too, no disrespect to any of the other zodiac signs, but I'm just keeping it real. I'm just telling y'all hidden truths. I'm just telling y'all occult truths, hidden truths, mystic truths. This is why it is that, like I said, Mercury has to go into retrograde so much, because you as an Aries, you too caught up to get out of your own way sometimes. You as a Taurus, you too caught up to get out of your own way. Cancer, Leo, you know, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Pisces, you two caught up in your own repetition, for you to be able to understand that sometimes that repetition is not necessarily a good thing. That repetition of you being an Aries goat, a bull, these things are some of, the traits that you need to use is pick the traits that work for you. But being bullheaded, especially when it's not necessary, being hot-headed, with Cancer crabs, being treacherous, with, like I said, where sometimes people can't trust you. These are not reputations that you want to build. And when Mercury comes around, Mercury has to come around, and in order to show people to have common sense. Not everything is about your emotions. Not everything is about as caught up as you think it is. You're making a lot of different things overly complicated. Same thing with what you call it. Same thing with uh same thing with you Virgos. Virgo has to become cold, unfeeling. And it's not because you don't have feelings or you don't feel, but what it is that you have to set aside your feelings a lot of the times, and your emotions, and your willingness to sometimes get even or get people back, because remember, these are grown folks who act very much so like animals. So their consciousness is not raised up to a certain point, because they're delusional. So as a Gemini, as a Virgo, your nerves has to be attuned to less stress. And how do you make your nerves attuned to less stress, to where you can become more cold, to where confrontation can come about when people start doing a bunch of goofy stuff, and you Virgos or you Geminis who may be watching, handle your business and see through to the answer through the dysfunctional individuals is stress. Stress. When you learn to get over the stress and you learn to let go, stress is actually what makes you into a cold individual, clinical, because then you begin to see, you begin to analyze, you begin, because Virgo is analyze, to study. Then you begin to study people and you realize just how dysfunctional they really are. Somebody loves you, and what is the first thing on what most people's minds? Let's go through this. You love a person, and the first thing that's on their mind is, I got to do everything in my power to try to get on this person's nerves. Let's go over that one more time slowly. They have this mentality of, oh, I got to do everything in my power to get on this person's nerves. Why? I got to create as much discord and as much confrontation. Why? The Virgo already likes you. Why are you people? Why would they create all that unnecessary conflict? They created all that unnecessary conflict because they're you know they're delusional. Oh, then you can, that's the proof in the pudding. They're, the way they interact with somebody, what that's showing them love is to be upset at this person as if this person's like spit in their face or something like that. Really peep game on that. That's how delusional a lot of them are. They're obviously not thinking. So let's clarify the Five of Swords. This is why Mercury has to go into retrograde so much. Stop acting like a ram. Stop acting like a Taurus or a bull so much. Stop acting like a crab so much. Stop acting like a lion so much. These are all beautiful animals, but they do have their downsides. And if you don't learn what the downsides are and to stop falling into the trap of those downsides, then all you'll ever be is a Leo. All you'll ever be is a Cancer. All you'll ever be is a Taurus. All you'll ever be is an Aries, so on and so forth. So to clarify the Five of Swords, you have the Star, the Nine of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords. So these four cards here represent, as a result, for you Virgos, right? The Star card is, they're trying to do everything that they can to look past you. They're always looking past you, or so they want you to think that they're looking past you, while at the same time being disrespectful, while at the same time wishing that you would stay. The delusion. The Nine of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords represents, as a result of this, the Nine of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords is, so now you're off doing your own thing, you know, creating your own schedule, right? Creating your own life events, doing the things that you want to do, spending your time how you want to spend your time, what you want to focus on. And the Eight of Swords, and you're prepared just in case if they try to come back, which they do. Let's clarify the Six of Cups. The Six of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. This is a representation of how the Six of Swords is, like I said, when they come in, the Ace of Wands, they're going to have all this flash and fire. Some of them may, about how they're so sorry and that they realize what it is that they did wrong. Some of them are going to come in immediately trying to be argumentative and combative. The Eight of Pentacles and the King of Cups represents, they really believe that this type of these type of antics are really going to work. The King of Cups represents, you're just chilling, doing your own thing. You're not even worried about them. And that's where they're really going to be upset. They're so delusional. They're looking at it like you having fun is you trying to humiliate them, right? And in actuality, you're living your best life and you don't care whether or not how they look at it. But that's how delusional they are. They're reading too deeply into it. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to make my YouTube channel go to 10,000 subscribers by the end of June. Smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop these videos. Peace.